Hi, so today I'm going to do another foundation review, and this time it's going to be for the Dior Forever foundation, and also testing that with the Dior Forever and Ever Wear primer that are combined together. So my last foundation review went down quite well, so I'm just going to apply it as I did last time, but this time I'm going to do half the face using the primer and the foundation. And then you can kind of compare the coverage and the finish between my natural skin and the foundation. So I'm just going to tuck my hair out of the way. So with the Dior Forever primer, it's a little shake up bottle, so you just mix that up before you apply it, and it comes out like a very creamy, silky primer. It doesn't feel overly silicone-y, but you can tell that it's kind of got that silky finish that a silicone-based primer would have. So it glides quite easily over the skin, but you do have to be careful if you have a matte moisturiser underneath, and then you apply this, which is a matte primer, on top of a matte moisturiser, a matte primer. Sometimes they just don't gel together and they can ball up, so I would advise sweeping the primer on like this rather than rubbing it in circular motions, because that kind of makes it ball together and then it kind of doesn't sit right. So if you are using a matte moisturiser underneath the primer, I'd advise that. So I picked up the Dior Skin Forever in the shade 10, which is the lightest shade. It's actually more of a summer colour for me, and now it's winter. I am a little bit too pale for this, but if you blend it down your neck and you wear quite a light powder to go with it, then it's hardly noticeable that it's not the right colour. So what I do is just pump a few of the on there. So I'm going to use my damp beauty blender because I feel like this gives the best coverage, and so I'm just going to apply it. Got my little mirror here. I'm going to apply it to this side of my face so you can see the difference, and I'll try and do some photographs or close-ups afterwards so you can tell. So the foundation is a long-wearing matte foundation, but what I found that it's a lot lighter than Estee Lauder Double Wear, and I mean that's like a holy grail for me. It's got great coverage, very matte, stays on all day, but I wanted something a tiny bit lighter, and I don't love MAC Studio Finish Studio Fix anymore. It's kind of a bit cakey and sticks to all your dry patches and things. So I was on the hunt for another good matte foundation, and I'd heard quite a few good things about this foundation, so I went to the counter, tried out a sample, and as you can see I've bought the full size, so I was really impressed by it. It's not completely matte, so it has got a little bit of a sheen to it, but it's matte with not a flat finish, probably the best way to describe it. So it's a little bit satiny, it's got that kind of a little bit of a glow, but I wouldn't say anything that would make you look oily. And I mean, I've got oily skin, so I try and avoid anything that could potentially make me look any more shiny. And I'm really impressed with it so far, and I think a lot of people in the beauty community have started buying this on other people's recommendations and things, so I think a lot of people like it. Yeah, so that is one side of my face done now. So I would say, go and get colour matched. They don't go to a super pale, but they do have quite a wide spectrum upwards, so if you're in the mid-tones, you're probably going to find a perfect match for you. The shade 10 is a tiny bit too dark, but I think I will end up using this a bit more in summer, and I'll have a bit more colour to my face. So yeah, I'm really impressed by it, and I'm glad that it's not super matte and flat. I have changed my mind on, you know, I wanted to be very Estee Lauder double wear. It was very flat and very matte, like super matte, like almost like a mask, and I used to love that, but now I'm kind of looking for something with a tiny bit more movement in it and a little bit more of a glow. So I would definitely recommend the Dior Forever foundation if you're looking for something similar. So I am just going to try and take some photographs or show you it up close on a little video clip so you can kind of see the difference, so bear with me. Okay, so hopefully you'll be able to see that this side is a lot more matte, a lot more kind of evened out, whereas this side you can see still some of my acne scarring, and I know on this side I have still a bit of acne scarring, so you can see how that's covered that. It's covered the majority of my dark circles under here. I have quite purple tones underneath my eyes, and I think it's covered that quite well. I think you can kind of see, like when I turn my face and move my face, you can see that it's got like a little bit of a glow, so you know the high points of your face kind of look a bit more radiant. So that's what I was trying to explain, that it's not really a flat matte. But yeah, you can kind of see it's not quite the right colour for me because you can kind of tell where it kind of blends in and everything. But it would be more of a summer colour for me anyway, and I can kind of get away when I put the rest of my makeup on. You can hardly tell that it's a tiny bit too dark. So yeah, hopefully this gives you a good impression. You know, it does cover my acne scarring and it makes me nice and matte, but you know, you've got that little bit of movement and glow with things. So yeah, really impressed with the foundation, and if you have any questions or you know, just tweet me. I'm Cherries Beauty on Twitter, so if you have any questions about it, just let me know or leave a comment below. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe, comment or like this video if you liked it. Thanks guys, bye.